run. They start from where they finished in the first heat. Craig Lowndes alongside in car 15. Row 2, Glenn Seaton in the Ford Credit Falcon, and Wayne Gardner, great finish that. He'll come up onto line 2. Row 3 is 05, Peter Brock after that spin recovering. Mark Scaife alongside him in the Gibson Motorsport Commodore. Row 4, the second of the Coke Commodores, Neil Crompton, and Alan Jones moving up through the field in the pack leader Falcon. And just topping out the top 10, row 5 is Russell Ingall and his teammate Larry Perkins. Well, there's the scene. The sun going down in the west. But look at that massive lighting tower there. That'll be illuminating Eastern Creek like you've never seen it before a bit later on this evening.
Young gun Craig Lowndes. Could he be the man to beat, or is it going to be John Bowe? 2 from 2. Gardner, early on the start, they jump on the loud pedal, and it's the wild child from the outside in the Holden Racing Commodore that will lead us into the first turn. Bowe second, Gardner after getting a creeper on the start as third. There you can see all 26 of these V8 Fords and Holdens move through to the field. A great start from Lowndes. Bowe, Gardner, as I said, early on the jump. Glenn Seaton is in 4th. I think Mark Osler, it's Brock in 5th.
Indeed, Andy Roman, and a great start there from Craig Lowndes. Really got the hammer down, got just the right amount of traction. It was a good drag race between him and Bowe for the first 50 or 60 metres. But then he moved across and took the lead, and that's critical on this track, Brad.
It certainly is. It's a bit unfortunate off the start. Gardner jumped early, and they're preparing the black flag for him over there. He was shaking his head as he stopped the start again, so he knew what he was doing wrong. But Lowndes has got it all in front of him here.
Well, boy, this kid is quick. If anything, he's just super fast in the car. And look at the little gap he's opened up on Bowe already as they come around the first time around. The grandstand will go crazy here. Lowndes has already got his big support base. Here they go roaring as he comes past. Wayne Gardner in 3rd position. They're holding the black flag out to Gardner, in fact. That first time around, I'm not sure what that infringement is aimed at, but he's going to have to come into the pits. It's a great disappointment for the Coke team.
Well, I guarantee you it's jumping the start. You just can't sneak up like that, and he knows what it is, so he'll just do the stop and go and get back to business.
A great battle going on for the minors. Glenn Seaton leading the brigade. There is your race leader, Craig Lowndes.
Whoa!
Brock's off again.
It's Brock again.
And that's a hard hit.
2 times. Oh, there's someone else involved. Scaife as well. Dear, oh dear. Brand new car from Gibson Motorsport there. Very badly crumpled. Brock's in there too. And race cam graphically showed you crunching the wall big time. Let's have a look at that again on our race cam. Scaife's in front. Brock goes to the outside to go through turn 2. Back through the gears. We can't really see Scaife. But Brock's trying to go around the outside. Working pretty hard at the wheel. Everything looks like it's in order here.
Looks like he's going around Scaife there.
Was that a contact there, Brad? Yep, bang.
Yep, with the
Seaton. And then crunch. It looks like Scaife's hit him right on the side. And Brock is off. He's a passenger now. And crunch.
Wow, look at his head.
Neck, yeah. Just a graphic indication of the G-forces in these things when you hit a wall. Boy.
Very disappointing for the Holden Racing team, but at least their young gun, their new boy, is out in front and doing a fantastic job.
Brad Jones, you said before the race, if this kid gets off the line, they're going to do it very difficult to catch him.
Well, it's true. There's no doubt John Bowe was holding him up in that first heat, and now he's got the gap. He's got a nice buffer. He's home and hosed, really. I mean, he just needs to sit there and cruise and try and keep it going nicely. They're all running through here. Bowe looked to have a bit of smoke coming out of his car, like a lock bright.
This is an impressive start here too, Bradley, from Alan Jones.
He's currently in position 5 on the racetrack. Gardner has to go to the pit, so he'll move up into position number 4 on the circuit. And how about the lap times of Craig Lowndes?
He's just done a 60.97. That's the new lap record. First time they're racing here, of course, but that's the fastest time so far. So Lowndes really on fire, really opening up 2.1 seconds the gap over Bowe that time around.
Bowe is the next fastest, and he's over 0.8 of a second in arrears on that single lap.
Here's the brand new pack leader Falcon. Alan Jones 2-car team with Paul Romano backing from the Philip Morris Corporation. Launched the team in spectacular fashion on Tuesday up at the Gold Coast. And boy, it's been a race against time. The second car, in fact, was only completed at 5 a.m. on the launch morning. So they really have had time against them. But this is a pretty good debut, Brandon.
Oh, fantastic. When you consider the small amount of time they've had to get everything ready and the pace that this car is producing, you look at the Coca-Cola car, it's taken them a couple of years to get everything in order. You look at what they're doing now, and it's a fantastic job.
I'll tell you how busy the pack leader team is. They actually got a hairdresser into the shop, lined everyone up, did their hair so they didn't have to miss out on work during the week.
Okay, let's look back at the top 10. There's Seaton in third position. Field streaming through there. Finnegan first the lap cars. So you can see a big jumble of V8s, one after the other, plundering down the main straight here through turn 1. Finnegan, tremendous start there. I'm mistaken, I thought he was being lapped. He's actually in 8th position. What a fabulous start from the privateer.
Fantastic job he's doing, and you know, here we have the leaders again. Craig very smooth through there. John Bow trying as hard as he can to run him down, but not looking to have too much success.
Shadows lengthening here as the sun goes down for Dick Johnson. Put a new engine in. Dunlop race cam aboard Shell FAI 17. Engine problem apparently in the first heat. A new one put in the brake. So Johnson back in action and running in 7th position.
Team Johnson were very happy that there was quite a gap between heats. They had a lot of work to do, and Dick doing extremely well. There he is on screen at the moment, screaming down the main straightaway here at Eastern Creek.
His teammate at the moment, John Bow, still holding a gap 2.2 seconds that time around, so Lowndes opened up the lead just a 10th. You can see the sun in the windscreen of the cars as they come through that very quick turn 1 up toward turn 2, and well and truly in the shadows now.
Brad Jones, that would be a lot of fun at high speed coming into the first corner, looking directly into the sun.
Well, it's a tough corner at the best of days, especially not being able to see where you can go. You notice Dick Johnson's got sunglasses on. A few of the guys are gone for dark visors, and it's a pretty tricky part of the circuit.
He's one of the main players in the 2-car teams this year, Larry Perkins. 2-car Castrol team. He's brought his Bathurst winning co-driver along with him, Russell Ingall, in this second Castrol Commodore, a brand new car in Larry's hands. This is in fact the Bathurst winner.
Actually, Russell's in front of the boss at the moment. I don't know if that's that's smart strategically at the first race, but he is doing a very good job. And as you said, it's a proven car. Larry's got the new one, and Russell's, you know, pedaling it very, very well.
So Ingall in 6th position up ahead of Johnson. The order now, Lowndes opening up 2.4 seconds that time around over Bow. Then it's Seaton, Crompton, Jones. There's Ingall just ducking down behind Dick Johnson and Terry Finnegan. As I said, a great start from the Sydney Privateer in 8th position. Meanwhile, back at the front of the pack, here's Craig Lowndes. He's leading a merry dance here. Craig Lowndes well in control. John Bow hanging on in 2nd position. Glenn Seaton in the Ford Credit Falcon in 3rd. Head of Neil Crompton in the Coke Commodore. And in the top 5, Alan Jones in the new pack leader racing Falcon EF. In the Valvoline Cummins Commodore, car 32 making his way back onto the track. So hard work out there for Stevie Richards. Meanwhile, here's Larry Perkins. Lights ablaze on Tony Longhurst's Falcon. Castrol, a big involvement in touring car racing in 1996, Brad.
Certainly have. They've obviously upped the ante. They've got 3 cars running around out there now, and fairly close to being nose to tail. So they're just closing in on Finnegan there, who's doing a fantastic job, running 8th.
Whoa, it's Bow.
Bow's off.
Well, there was word from the pits. He thought his tyres were pretty tired when he finished that first heat. He may have overcooked it there. That's where Brock went off in the first heat as well.
As Bow came out of the kiddie litter, team boss Dick Johnson went hollering by. So generally a disappointing day.
So Bow slips back from his 2nd position. That'll take even more heat off Lowndes. Let's have a look at that again on replay. And he's just lost it.
I'd say it's a fairly similar move to what happened to Brock in the first race. They come in there very quickly and probably just a touch too much rear brake.
Look at this fabulous race cam shot from the front of Larry Perkins' Castrol Commodore, and then this guy doing a miraculous job in front of him, Terry Finnegan, the Sony Auto Sound Commodore. It's an old VP model car. Sydney Privateer doesn't do it on a lot of bucks, but when he does turn up at the racetrack, he's always got the car well turned out, and he is giving Larry Perkins a run for his money here. We're aboard the Bathurst winner, Larry Perkins, having a lot of trouble getting past this Sydney Privateer. Really closes up on the back of the car this time. A major go down the inside. It looks like he's got him. So great competitive run from Terry Finnegan, who slips back to 8th position. Craig Lowndes well in control. He's opened that gap with Bowers' spin up to 8.3 seconds and opening up all the time. This must be great for Holden Racing Team. You know, 6 years now in existence. Australian Touring Car Championship results haven't been that thick on the ground, Brad.
No, that's true. HRT is seen by a lot of the other competitors in pit lane as being the Ferrari of touring car racing in Australia, and you know, I hope they can get a bit of a result here to kick them on and have a great season. He's certainly got a good gap over Seaton, and Seaton's certainly pedalling as hard as he can, but he's just really not running as hard as Craig.
Look at those lap times. Fastest lap, of course, was Lowndes 60.97. Now running in the 3. Seaton just under 62.1. There's Mark Larkham in the Mitre 10 Ford in trouble again.
Certainly not his day today.
Oh, he's having a tough time. Came into the touring car category last year and really had a very difficult debut season. And his second championship not starting off as well. More, in fact, spoiler damage on the front of the Mitre 10 Ford. I think he lost one in the first heat.
Yeah.
This is number 2. Dick Johnson closing on Russell Ingall. Johnson currently in 6th position. Ingall in 5th. And there's John Bowe recovering from that spin. He's got right back on the rear bumper of the boss. And he'll be looking to try and pick his way through. Think Dick Johnson will give him a hand, Brett?
I think I can almost guarantee you that the boss won't be waving him by. Now, he'll have to fight for every inch of the road, but this looks like being quite a dice here.
Dunlop Race Cam takes the board. There's John Trimble in trouble. That's the new Sahara Desert down the end of turn 1 there. After Mark Scaife's horrific crash there beginning of last season, they've put in some terrific safety measures down at turn 1. We take Dunlop Race Cam again with Johnson. He's right up behind Russell Ingall. Very impressive opening touring car championship round from Russell Ingall.
There's nothing here in straight line speed. You notice Ingall just give the brakes a touch here. Just a bit of a security touch with the left foot just to make sure that you still have got brakes before you jump on them. And there's really nothing between these two cars in a straight line.
I guess this turn 2 is just so critical to your lap speed. That's why maybe people have been spinning off there, because they really give it everything.
And it's really one of the very few places you can pass on this new circuit. So you've really got to try so hard there. And as you said, that's one of the reasons that you just go off.
Mark Scaife and Peter Brock in deep discussion there.
You think they're talking about Glenn Seaton?
I'd say there's a fair chance of that, Brett.
Very good one.
Stephen Richards, meanwhile, comes into the pits, car 32, the Valvoline Cummins Commodore. And by the wide girth he's taking there, he's turning into pit lane.
Very disappointing for Stephen. He's a great little competitor. Everything he turns his hand to, he does very, very well at. It's great to see Cummins and Valvoline get behind him and get him in a V8. I'm sure in time he's going to be a front runner, no doubt about that.
5.5 laps to go for Craig Lowndes, our race leader. He hasn't put a foot wrong. And Glenn Seaton in trouble too, car 30.
Look at the front spoiler. He's torn that off.
He's bent in the dust. We did see some body damage on the car from the beginning of the race. He's going very, very slowly. Oh,
look at the wheel. He's got a flat tyre. He's punctured a tyre.
Now, of course, that'll be great for the Coke team. That will move Neil Crompton up to 2nd position. So, oh, it looks like some pretty bad damage under there, Brad.
Certainly is. There's things hanging off it everywhere. He's just going to try and get back to the pits. It's a very difficult thing when you're in the car. You don't realise how much damage is underneath the car or to the side of it. So you just try and get it back there. You keep your eye on the gauges. Oh,
man, keeping your eye on the action. Look at this. Dick Johnson's getting very, very serious about Russell Ingall, as Dunlop Race Cam shows you. Has a look on the outside. He's made up that little bit of real estate that Ingall had on him on the last couple of laps, right up behind the wing of the Castrol Commodore. Let's see if he goes for the big move into turn 2. Gee, Dick's really pumped up here.
Just can't quite do it. They're so close, aren't they? It's the performance of these two cars. Dick's obviously getting out of there a little bit better, as Russell is now well aware of.
Sounded like it was right off the gas, waiting for Ingall's car to get in a straight line. Up to 190 kilometres an hour. Hard brake right on the right hand side of the circuit. Turn across through this difficult part.
You watch back at Ingall's car as he's coming out of the corners and it's sliding around. His tyres are probably just got that greasy feel about him at this point in time.
Oof. Slow car there. Greg Crick, Alcare Commodore. Greg Crick slowing down. 4 laps to go.
Puncture as well.
Oh, puncture tyre. So Glenn Seaton not the only man with damaged rubber.
Same side too.
Yeah. Neil Crompton holds down 2nd position. 3 laps to go, but there's Alan Jones closing up in his rear view mirror.